Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's Craig, and this is the Spirit of Vinyl. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys all having a great night out there. I did not do anything for Halloween besides lock my door, turn off my lights, hide out in my room, and listen to music. Been hanging out for a little bit with my son, listening to some music. He decided to go play some video games, so I had time to throw on an episode. Cheers to all. I'm drinking this from a local brewery here in Clarksville, Black Horse Brewery Vanilla Ale, a vanilla cream ale. It's very, very good. This is my fourth one, so I've been having a good night so far, so you might have to bear with me. Wife's out of town. So I'm just listening to some music and drinking some beers. Cheers, all. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about tonight is since it's the end of the month, I am going to show what I've added to the collection over the last month for the month of October. Pretty good stack here. Some of them my son bought. He got a job that actually pays better than the job he had. No longer working fast food. He is working a regular 9-to-5 job. If you want to call it 9 to 5, he's working a Monday through Friday, regular job with real money. So he's got more money to spend. So he's been buying some records too. So we're adding those to the collection also. So here we go. First one is one that my son Gabriel had bought, and this is Cannibal Corpse, Eaten Back to Life. If I remember correctly, this is their debut album, and we've played this since we've had it, and actually it's pretty good. I like it a lot. I'm not a huge fan of this death metal sound, as you know, but I guess with my son around playing this death metal throughout the time, I'm getting used to it and getting to appreciate it more. So, but it's exactly what you expect it to sound like. If you've heard Cannibal Corpse, it sounds like this. Very cool stuff. Metal Blade Records. It's kind of a cool blue colored. So, great pressing. Sounds awesome. So there we go there. Another one I picked up this month is Static X Project Regeneration Volume 1. I was at the concert a couple weeks ago. We went and saw Static X and Mudvayne and Vended, and they had this, and I asked the guy if he's still going to be there after the show. He's like, oh yeah, merch booth stays open until the show's completely over, and I says, okay, I'm going to come back and pick one up. So I did, and I have not listened to this yet. It has Terminator Oscillator on it. This was done. I haven't even opened it yet, honestly. And I basically forgot to open it today when we opened up some music that we bought today, which I'll get to later. This was stuff that Wayne had like laid down some tracks and stuff on it, but it was done afterwards. It was done, like it says, it's produced by Zero. Zero is the lead singer of Static X, the character that is doing the Wayne Static vocals and stuff. If you ever get a chance to see Static X now, they do an excellent job of with Wayne's memory and everything else. And Zero is actually, it's Edsel Dope from the band Dope, and he does a great job as the singer for Static X. So, all right, another one we picked up. This is Vended. This was the opening act we saw. It's on a clear vinyl. My son had actually bought this before we went to the show, so we could listen to it before we went to the show, so we could know some of their music when we saw them. This is the opening act at the Static X Mudvayne show, and they are excellent. I was super impressed with this band. They've had kind of a leg up because the lead singer is Corey Taylor's son, and the drummer is Sean Crahan's son from Slipknot. So they probably got a little bit of an upper hand by being that, but they are excellent. Just They were great live, and this is a great record. A little bit of a new metal sound. They do not sound like Slipknot, but they kind of do. You know, it's heavy. And the lead singer, whose name I'm not sure of, he's Corey Taylor's son, so he sounds like Corey, but they don't really sound like Slipknot. There's only 5 of them in the band instead of 9. But man, these guys are really good. I think when I saw them, I posted on my Facebook page that I feel like I'd seen the future of heavy music. These guys are going to be around for a while. If you like that heavy music, give them a listen. All right, another one my son added to the collection: Municipal Waste, Slime and Punishment, thrash music, old school style thrash music. Just cool stuff. It is on this cool green and black swirl. There's a picture of the band in the back. They're great. I mean, they are... that missed the sleeve. Just cool old school thrash music. They sound like late 80s, early 90s thrash music. Just fast songs. There's like... Oh, hell. 3, 6. There's like 14 songs on this album. Single album. So that shows you how short the songs are. But, man, just a really cool... It's got that old school thrash vibe. Municipal Waste. I highly recommend Municipal Waste. All right, one I actually bought. Let's see here. Death Angel. This is Relentless Retribution. This is, I don't know, mid-2000s. I can look it up here real quick and see when this came out. Well, no, it's showing it's the 2025 press. I don't remember when this album came out. Death Angel has always been one of those bands that I've really enjoyed. And just a great band altogether, all the way around. So, this is cool thrashy music. It's on orange vinyl. I've played it one time. Death Angel is just one of those thrash bands that came out in the 80s that I don't think got the recognition they deserved, and they're still making great music. And this is probably, I want to say it was probably 17 or 18 when this album came out. They're still making excellent music. Death Angel's still a killer band. Just great vocals and just a great style. So I really like these guys a lot. So, all right, let's see. All right, the next 3 I'm going to show. My record store posted on Facebook that they had some used stuff in. He kind of showed some of it. And I was at a wedding when I saw the video. So I called him and said, hey, will you hold this, and this for me? And he did. So it's always nice when you know your record store guy. So I went down and picked it up the day after the wedding I had a couple weeks ago. That's when I picked up that Death Angel album. At the same time, I picked up this, the Eagles Hotel California, $20. What can be said about this record? It's been around forever and it's sold millions of copies. I bought it because it's Hotel California. And I could have went without it, honestly, but I bought it because it's got Life in the Fast Lane on it, which is a great song. Of course, it's got Hotel California on it. Came home, I listened to it, and in my head I thought, why the hell did I buy this record? Honestly, why did I buy this record? It'll probably rarely get spun. I had Eagles stuff. I kept their greatest hits record, and when I did that vinyl purge, I got rid of all my other Eagles stuff, and then I turn around a couple months later and buy Hotel California. And I looked at the greatest hits and like, well, it doesn't have Hotel California on it because it came out before this record. So I'm like, it's the first one with Joe Walsh, which I like. All my other Eagles stuff was pre-Joe Walsh, other than the Eagles live album, which, you know, I did an episode on that already. So honestly, I listened to it, and it's, you know, it's okay, but I really feel like I bought it because it's Hotel California, and as a record collector, we should have a copy of Hotel California. So that's why I bought it, and I figured $20, not a big deal, but it's all right. I wasn't too excited. I also bought Poison, Open Up and Say Ah, and it's got the cover on it, the censored cover, but it's an OG press on here. It sounded really good. I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Love it. It's got Nothing But a Good Time on it, and Look But You Can't Touch, Fallen Angel, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. It's a really good record. Never been a huge Poison fan, but when you see this out in the wild, you kind of got to pick it up. So I did, and it's actually really good. I really enjoy it. I was never a big fan of these guys, but I think as I'm getting older, I'm enjoying them a lot more. All right, another one I picked up then, Kiss Rock and Roll Over. Of course, I've already owned a copy of this forever, but my copy, the cover was totally hammered. There's a tape tear in it, and there's names written on it. So I decided when I saw this in that video, I had him hold it for me. I figured I could go pick it up, and he had it for $20. And I just picked it up, brought it home, started looking up on Discogs, realizing that I have a teardrop one. So this blue teardrop right here was a printing mistake, and this is a like a Columbia House. It's a club edition, and when they were printing them, there was something on the printing press, and it caused that teardrop looking thing under Paul's eye. So they fixed it, and there's not a whole lot of these. These are highly sought after by Kiss collectors. And $20 is a steal. I don't think Tony, the guy who owns the record store, really knew exactly what he had, because I look on Discogs, these are $60 or $80 a piece, and I got it for $20. Sounds excellent, great pressing, and highly sought after by Kiss fans. So I felt really happy that I had it, and I got a better looking pressing than the one I had. Not that there was anything wrong with the disc of the one I had. I've had it since I was 14 years old or whatever. But I wanted to replace it because of the cover more than anything else. And this one also has the inner sleeve, which I do not have anymore in my original copy that I've had forever. So there we go. Pick that up. Not a bad deal. The next one I picked up when I was getting those three was looking for some other stuff that he had, and I saw this for like $6, and I bought it. Gary, Physical Format Rock and Roll. This one is for you. Olivia Newton-John Physical. I figured for $6 you can't go wrong. It's on MCA Records. It had the inner sleeve. So yeah, like this hard cardboard inner sleeve. It's an OG press, and it sounded really good, and it's a pretty good record, honestly. And it's got the gatefold that opens like this, and this is on the inside. When I was at the record store and I saw it for the $6, I pulled it out, I flipped it open, showed my son. It says, I'm buying it for this. This alone is worth the $6. Doesn't matter what the record sounds like, is what I told him. He just kind of laughed at me. He told me I'm a gross old man, and that was the end of that. I really did like it, though. I thought it was really good. Besides the song Physical, I really didn't know anything else on here, but really good stuff. So, and I know Gary from Physical Format Rock and Roll is a fan, so that's why I said, yeah. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay. Today, we went to the record store, and that's all. Everything else I'm showing you is stuff from today. Speaking of today, so I bought this Avatar album. It's called Don't Go Into the Forest. It is brand new, released today on the 31st of October of 2025. Brand new Avatar record. We just finished listening to it before my son went to go play video games. It's on a blue vinyl with some splattery. They calling it Midnight Oil. If you guys don't know Avatar, they're a Swedish metal band that first started out kind of more of a deathcore type sound, but they've definitely mellowed into more of a groove metal type sound. They came with this cool poster that I may have to frame up. And I really don't know how to describe Avatar as a whole. They are very interesting, sort of a alternative. I don't want to say alternative either because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how to place them in style of metal. Great guitar players. They're a great band, and they're so fun live. I've been a fan of these guys for a while. I only own a couple of them. Some of their earlier stuff is hard to find. So, but yeah, Avatar, Don't Go Into the Forest, released today. Just finished listening to it. Really, really enjoyed it. One my son picked up today. Butthole Surfers. This one is called Weird Revolution. We spun this tonight, and it's pretty cool sounding. I'm not sure what it is. Alternative rock, I guess. Very cool talk singing type of thing, but just very, very strange, experimental type music. But it was a lot of fun to listen to. I really, really enjoyed it. I kind of got like a Gorillaz vibe out of it, a little bit. But yeah, I really kind of dug this record. I was like, it's weird, but I like it. So Butthole Surfers, Weird Revolutions. And let's see. The other ones I'm going to show, I have not had a chance to listen to yet. We just picked them up tonight. So I went for the Avatar album, of course. And then I also went to pick up the newest Testament album called Parabellum. Came out a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I don't think it was it was probably a little bit longer than that. I want to say it was at least 2 to 3 weeks ago when this record came out. My record store did not get it in when it came out, and I asked Tony if he could order it for me, and he did, and he held it behind the counter. So Parabellum by Testaments, the New Testament record. I have not spun it yet. Haven't heard anything off of it. I'm sure it's going to be great, though. It's on a copper. It was called a copper-colored vinyl. Very cool, swirly looking thing. As soon as I get done recording, this is going on the turntable. Probably. And then my son, the other thing he picked up today, Kendrick Lamar. I want to say it's called GNX. Yes, it's called GNX. Kendrick Lamar. He bought it. He says this is the greatest rap album within the last year. I'll take his word for it. We haven't played it yet. Probably listen to it tomorrow night. I have no idea what to expect from this. This isn't my style of music at all. He bought it. I'm like, Kendrick Lamar, you're really going to buy a Kendrick Lamar album? He's like, oh yeah, this is a great record. So I'll take his word for it. I will listen to it with an open mind. Not a big fan of rap music. I like a couple of things here and there. But I got to admit, when he brought J. Cole home last year, I thought the same thing. I'm like, what the hell are we listening to J. Cole for? And it's great. So this might be really, really good. I have no idea. But anyway, the first Kendrick Lamar album in the record collection. And while I was there, I saw this in the used section. And he had it for $26. Deftones White Pony. And I pulled it out and cleaned it and did it on a spin clean. And I don't think this thing's ever been played. If it hasn't played, it's probably been played 1 or 2 times. It looks brand new. Besides, there's a little tiny crease right here on the corner. You can't really see it, but I know it's there. So Deftones White Pony. I'm trying to fill out some Deftones stuff. I know this is a good record. I've spun it. I've streamed it before or whatever. This has got Changes in the House of Flies on it. Is the big hit that everybody would know. So Deftones White Pony, definitely pick that up. And then I was getting ready to check out. And behind the counter, kind of off to the side, I saw some kid over there, and he pulls out a record and says, "Oh, this is cool," and he puts it back down, and I'm like, if you ain't buying it, I'm going to buy it because I never see this shit in the wild. Devo, are we not men? We are Devo. So, I had to buy it. This has got Satisfaction on it. This is a Devo debut album. This is an OG press. I've cleaned it. I've looked at it. It looks like it might be a little hammered. I'm afraid. I don't know. The cover's in okay shape, I'd say. It was $20, but I mean, you never see this out in the wild. You never see this. So I bought it, and I'm going to give it a spin. And I only know a few songs, but hell, it's Devo, man. So are we not men? We are Devo. So I figured you couldn't go wrong, but then I cleaned it and pulled it out of the spin clean, let it dry. And I was getting ready to put it in Discogs, and I looked at it. I'm like, wait a second, there's still a bunch of shit on here. So I really gave it a spin clean. I put it through like 20 times, and it looks a little bit better. We're going to find out. I'm going to probably play this tonight also. Maybe I'll pop this on before I pop on the Testament album. I just hope it spins well because I'm looking at it and I'm not sure. So anyway, there we go. Devo, Are We Not Men? And the very first Devo record in the collection also. So in this, very first Devo, very first Kendrick Lamar. All the other bands I've had stuff, of course. So that's what I added to the collection. Me and my son added to the collection together for the month of October. I want to thank you all for putting up with me for this 20 some odd minutes. Feeling pretty good tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you all had a safe Halloween. You gave out a bunch of candy or whatever you did. I locked the door and hid, turned off the lights, whatever. So, one more thing. Bear with me for a second. If you're still here, okay, I'm back. All right, one more thing. This is the insert for Rolling Stones Hot Rocks 61 to whatever the hell it's called. This is the insert. I have two of these. And if you have a copy of Hot Rocks and you don't have this insert and you would like it, just give me a comment and I'll mail it to you. All right. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Happy Halloween. And we'll talk to you all later, man. Have a great one.